The Ottoman entry into the Central Powers was the straw that broke the camel's back. Almost all of the Ottoman military campaigns in the war were a disaster, and eventually it led to the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. But what if, instead, they would join the Entente? Would the Ottomans survive World War I and maybe even survive to this day? Does it mean that the Ottomans would retake its Balkan territories from Bulgaria and Greece and recreate its Balkan Empire? Probably not, but it's still an interesting scenario. But firstly, I need to find a way to make the Ottomans join the Entente. Now historically, the Ottomans joined the Central Powers because of the Ottoman War Minister Enver Pasha, as he orchestrated the Black Sea raid that led the Entente to declare war against the Ottomans. But in this timeline, the Ottoman government will find out about this plan and they will arrest Enver Pasha. And now that Enver Pasha isn't in the government, the pro-Entente Talat Pasha will dominate the government, and he will steer the Ottoman Empire into the Entente. But the Ottomans wouldn't immediately join the Entente, as the Ottoman government will not want to join the war with their arch-enemy Russia on their side. So for now, the Ottoman Empire will stay neutral, building up their economy by trading with both sides. But this would all change in 1917, when the Russian Revolution starts. And like what happened historically, Russia would drop out of the war. Talat Pasha, seeing this as an opportunity, would start an offensive into the Caucasus, trying to reconquer Kars and Batumi and making new puppet states in the Caucasus. The Germans, also seeing this as an opportunity, would take over Georgia. Talat Pasha, seeing this as an opportunity to join the Entente, would invade German Georgia and join the Entente. But before I continue to talk about the scenario, we need to talk about Greece. Historically, there was a civil war in Greece called the Great Schism between the pro-Entente Venizelos and the pro-Central Powers king. Historically, Venizelos won the rivalry, but now that the Ottomans are pro-Entente, the king probably wins. But it's not that simple. Although the king's government would be way more popular and Venizelos wouldn't be able to take over the Greek government, there are still 500,000 Entente troops in Thessaloniki. So for now, Greece stays neutral. But let's return to the Ottomans. They will launch an offensive into Bulgarian Thrace. And as most of the Bulgarian units are fighting in Macedonia, the Ottomans will break through the Bulgarian lines. But as more Central Powers reinforcements are sent to the front, the Ottoman advance is stopped, while the Greeks would join the Central Powers, and they would make an offensive into Epirus, pushing the Entente forces back to Salonika. But as Germany sends reinforcements to the western front for the spring offensive, the Ottoman front is under-defended, giving the Ottomans an opportunity to launch an offensive, managing to capture Plovdiv and reaching the Entente troops in Macedonia. And as Germany starts to be pushed out of France, Germany surrenders. In the peace deal, the Ottomans get Eastern Thrace, the Aegean Islands from Greece, and the Entente recognizes the Turkish gains in the Caucasus. And after this, the Ottoman Empire will be in peace. They will become a constitutional monarchy, and Ataturk in the 1920s will become the Ottoman Grand Vizier, turning the Ottoman Empire to a neutral, modern, centralized state. But it will all change in 1941, as the Soviets wanted to invade the Caucasus. So after the Winter War, the Soviets would invade the Caucasus, which are protected by the Ottoman Empire, leading to a new Russo-Turkish war. But after a few weeks of the war, the Ottomans would be able to hold the Soviet offensive. To combat this, the Soviets would support many ethnic and socialist rebellions in the Ottoman Empire, forcing the Ottomans to divert troops from the Caucasus front, giving the Soviets an opportunity to launch a brand new offensive, managing to capture Tbilisi and almost reaching Baku. But then, Germany invades the USSR, forcing the Soviets to make wide peace with the Ottomans, retreating out of the Caucasus. And now, the Ottomans can crush their rebellions one by one. And the Ottoman Empire is once again in peace. And they will be in peace for the duration of World War II, appeasing both the Germans and the Allies. And during the Cold War, they'll go the same direction as Turkey did historically, joining NATO and being friendly to the West. In addition, they'll become a federal state, giving autonomy to the many ethnicities in the empire. And that's the end of the scenario. If you like the video, press the like button and subscribe. You don't know how far it helps.